Hello. Something caught my eye on Twitter today. It was actually a tweet by the Sun newspaper, which I wouldn't normally read. The headline was, "Would your kids learn more if they wore slippers to school?" Well, I thought that deserves more research. So I quickly looked through the article. The only mention of an academic study led me to one Professor Stephen Heppel from Bournemouth University. No academic articles on the subject were mentioned in any newspaper article I looked at, just the mention of this chap's name and his research project called the Learnometer Project. Quite interesting stuff, so I'll briefly describe the whole project and then look at this idea of not wearing shoes to school. So the Learnometer Project is all about engaging children in learning by getting them to study their school environment. The project website says that a poor physical environment hurts learning. Now that seems reasonable. If the room you're supposed to be learning in is not comfortable, you'll spend more time fidgeting and moaning about the discomfort than you will engaging in learning. The physical environment considers a number of points: temperature, noise, light, humidity and air quality. These are things that are often the cause of something called sick building syndrome, which is a frequent topic for discussion in occupational health circles. Buildings can make people ill. So this project considers similar things but in schools. And in this case, the students themselves are tracking the differences in noise levels, temperatures, etc. throughout the school day. And this action research allows the pupils to compare their actual environments to the optimum environment and then recommend changes based on the data to achieve a better environment to promote learning. So, two important things here. Firstly, children are learning about research by actually conducting research that is immediately relevant to them. And secondly, if they can improve their environment, they will be in a stronger position to learn. For example, the Learnometer Project has found that school classrooms are often too dark, too warm, and the air too dry for optimum study conditions. So, let's now think about schools where children do not wear shoes and this idea that if your kids wear slippers to school, they might learn better. So different countries already do this idea of not wearing shoes in school, but for different reasons. In Scandinavia, for example, where the winters mean that children bring snow and ice and a lot of moisture and wet into the school, it's common to change from winter boots to lighter shoes or no shoes when inside the school. This obviously stops the floors from getting wet. And there's a simple reason of comfort. You don't really want to wear your big, thick winter boots inside where it's warm. In Maori schools in New Zealand, apparently the children are often shoeless. The Maori, if you didn't know, are the indigenous Polynesian people of New Zealand. Not many schools in New Zealand teach the subjects in the Maori language, but it is growing. I won't digress too much into that, but I think it was about 2,500 schools actually teach the whole curriculum through the Maori language. So, returning to our subject then, Heppel, the guy behind this research, is super keen on the idea of taking your shoes off in school. As he says, he doesn't quite know why it works, but it does work really well. So here's a list of the benefits. Children seem to behave better. Carpets are much cleaner and more hygienic. There's significantly reduced wear and tear on the furniture, and that saves money in replacing the furniture. Bullying is reduced. Apparently it's just hard to be naughty with your shoes off. Noise is reduced. Children move around the building in a more gentle manner. Cleaner floors and less furniture creates more space for collaboration, presentation and role play. And when the floors are cleaner, children are much more willing to sit on them. Related to that, if we look at the home environment, how often do kids sit on regular upright chairs like you find in classrooms? Not very often. They prefer to lie down to read or relax in armchairs to read. Hence, they're much more likely to read and engage with their work on their iPads or laptops or with their books if they're lying down or relaxing somewhere than they are if they're sitting on uncomfortable upright chairs. Seems to make sense. Some schools in the UK have tried moving to wearing slippers instead of shoes, and they've reacted positively about that. The article I mentioned at the start was mostly about a school in the city of Derby. The deputy head teacher said that the children seemed calmer and more relaxed, and the kids like it too. Some ground rules should apply. Teachers should also wear slippers, as should any visitor to the classroom. I'm just thinking that if my kid's school did this, I'd have to throw away all of his favourite socks that have holes in. So, to conclude, the classroom and the learning environment can be not very conducive to quality learning in terms of temperature, air quality and noise. In order to research this, Heppel and his team have been promoting school children studying these factors and analysing their results. A secondary point is about the benefits of taking off your shoes at school to make the classroom a more relaxed and homely atmosphere. If you'd like to read more about this, have a look at learnometer.net, that's learnometer.net, and rubble.heppel.net, that's RUBBE.HEPPELL.net, and there's a lot more information there. Thank you.